was married and working and going to this church down in Clemson, it came up that they needed somebody to do sex education with kids from about 9 to 13. I thought, gee, when I was that age, that would have been really useful. So I wound up going through a program to become a sex educator. Okay, we had this congregation. It was far smaller than this group. And they were curious about what kinds of things we would be talking to their kids about. So one fellow, his name was Bob, he was a writer. And he asked me a question that had never been asked previously to any of our group, and that was, so here, you're going to talk about the mechanics and all of that other sort of thing, but how are you going to teach people values? And everybody else on the panel, there were 4 of us who were sex educators. Everybody else was stuck, but I thought about it for a second. I thought, perfect, economics will work. I'll teach children about costs and benefits. First, think about it. Don't do it just because you're drunk and in the back seat of a car. Think about it. Make a conscious decision about what you want to do, who you want to do it with, and then candles, incense, music, privacy, work really well. Think though about what you're doing, why you're doing it, and all that other sort of thing. Okay. When a man falls in love with a woman, he says, darling, you're perfect. Don't change a thing. And when a woman falls in love with a man, what happens? She says, he has potential. So, I'm going to make a suggestion to you. One of the things you should do when you're going through all of these variables, geographic preferences and age and IQ and height and athletic ability and general interests and all of that other sort of things, don't for 1 minute think that you're going to be able to change that person much. It's just not going to happen. How many of you think that you could teach a pig to sing? Okay. How many of you think that if you tried to get a pig to sing, that you will become frustrated and you will irritate the pig? That's the way it is. You have to accept the pig for what it really is. That's just the way it works. Now, in terms of who you partner with, the more like you your partner is in terms of attitudes about life. How many children are you going to have? How are you going to raise your children? Okay, where are you going to live? If you like Arizona and you fall in love with a person who likes Port Barrow, Alaska, how many of you think this is not going to work? It's not going to work. If you run across somebody who is incredibly jealous of all of your time and energy, or if you find yourself incredibly jealous of the time and energy of some other person, then back off a little bit. And I want you to know something. I love all of you. Thank you.